Look guys, I don't know when's the last time we had a pay-per-view that was so talked about, because there's so much to talk about ever since Jon Jones became the heavyweight champion, and not just became the heavyweight champion, but dominated Cyril Gane. Everybody's clamoring, who's next? Stipe clearly seems to be next here, but a lot of people are bringing up the elephant in the room. What's obvious? Jon Jones versus Francis Ngannou. This was a fight that we were looking forward to since 2021, maybe even longer, almost 2 years, and I feel like MMA Twitter is kind of split on this. Does Francis win, or does Jon make it look easy? Now, I did a video talking about the whole Francis Ngannou situation. I'm going to leave in the corner, so go check that out if you guys didn't already. But basically, as you guys know, Francis Ngannou left the UFC. He didn't like the payment, he didn't like the treatment there, decided to leave on his own terms, and left with the heavyweight championship. He was the heavyweight champion of the world, and he left. Now, personally, do I think Francis Ngannou is the best heavyweight in the world? I don't think so. I mean, you look at the Cyril Gane fight, that fight was super close, and Jon Jones just made it look easy. I'm going to make my pick, and I'm going to say that Jon Jones would absolutely destroy Francis Ngannou. I'm going to give you 3 reasons why I think this is true. Remember, this is just opinion at the end of the day, so hit the like button, subscribe, comment, let me know if you think I'm right or I'm wrong. So we're gonna get into this now. First things first, I want to talk about is the fact that Francis Ngannou is over 36 years old now. Although Jon Jones and Francis are the same age, Francis Ngannou has taken a lot of damage, specifically with that ACL tear. We don't even know how he's going to look like coming back from this injury. I mean, to kick again, to grapple again. I mean, yes, people have come back from it, but when you combine the fact of his age, when you combine the fact that the guy is extremely muscular and has probably suffered lots of damage throughout his career building that, and of course with his background and everything, you have to think that that stuff is going to start taking a toll on his body. He's a big man, has been doing MMA at the heavyweight division for a long time, which, yes, for the most part, UFC heavyweights do tend to last longer than other divisions. First thing that gives me a pause about this matchup is the fact that Francis Ngannou would be coming back, recovering from an ACL tear, against a guy that just dismantled Cyril Gane. Like, you also have to think of the mental state of Ngannou coming back from this injury while you're gone, being basically banished from the UFC, having Jon Jones dismantle the guy that almost beat you. I mean, all of that combined, I think, gives me a little pause when talking about Francis Ngannou. Second thing I want to talk about is the fact that Francis Ngannou has terrible cardio, and I think a lot of you guys could agree. It seems to be past the first round, he starts breathing from the mouth. Even the Stipe fight, you could see in the second round, he started breathing from his mouth, and there wasn't a lot of activity there. And I mean, when you look at Jon Jones, we haven't seen him tested a heavyweight with his cardio yet. Yes, that size could make a big difference, but just at the pace that he was going at the Cyril Gane fight, pushing Cyril Gane back, constantly pushing the pace, constantly doing something, it makes me think that this guy probably has good cardio, and he's definitely been working on it. He had good cardio at light heavyweight. He's been 5 rounds before. I think most of us can agree if Jon Jones wins, it's probably because he gets a takedown in the first round, tires Francis out, and then maybe in the second round, Jon picks it up. The power's gone from Ngannou. I think Jon would probably finish him in the first round, if I'm being honest. And my third reason overall is that Ngannou's wrestling is just not there yet compared to Jon Jones. I mean, Jon Jones' grappling credentials are off the charts. And I think one of the things that we saw with the fight last week was that light heavyweight grappling, you know, people have said this for a long time, that light heavyweight grappling and grappling at lower weight classes are just better than heavyweight. And heavyweight grapplers, I mean, where are any heavyweight grapplers? I mean, Jailton Almeida, I mean, we saw Tom Aspinall do good, but there aren't too many grapplers. Stipe has good wrestling as well, but I think we're going to see in the Stipe fight comparatively how good Jon is to Stipe. If we see Jon wrestle him dominantly, I think we could say that heavyweight grappling is just not at the level where it should be at, and because of that, I could just see Ngannou getting dominated on the ground. To Francis's credit, we did see him have good takedown defense against Stipe, but Stipe was having trouble entering in that fight, and that was really because of Ngannou. Ngannou had a really good game plan going into that fight, but a game plan like that's not going to work with Jon Jones. Jon Jones is the master at game planning. And at the end of the day, look, this is all my opinion, and before we end the video, I'm going to give my thoughts on how Ngannou could actually beat Jon Jones. There's one of 2 options. One, Ngannou just blitzes in there like a super freak, catches Jon Jones in the first 20 seconds and knocks him out cold, because Ngannou could do that. Ngannou just has that ungodly power, has that godly gift that he could do that. But if we're going to talk about more strategically, I think he's got to be patient like we saw in the Stipe fight, but I think he could be a little less patient. I think he's going to need to blitz in, but be very smart about it. Like, don't blitz in 24/7. Like, you know, have a patient 1 minute, 90 seconds. Then maybe blitz with like a 4 or 5 punch combination. I think body shots against Jones would really help. Throwing kicks to the legs. And I think maybe even Francis going for takedowns, because Jon is going to be so aware of Francis's power that a lot of people aren't thinking about what else Francis could do other than with his hands. Like, Francis has a lot of other skills. He has underrated kicks. We saw him grapple against Cyril Gane. I think if he does it that way, I think he could catch Jon Jones maybe in the first or second round, but this fight will probably not happen, which is why I'm doing this video. It's just a hypothetical, and there really wasn't anything else to talk about. This weekend, there is a video in the works. It was supposed to come out today, but I want to do a little more research on it. It's going to be a little bit of a longer video, maybe one of the longest videos I've ever posted, but that's about it. Tomorrow I'm also going to be releasing my Merab Dvalishvili versus Petr Yan prediction. Let me know what you think in the comment section below of my thoughts. Let me know who you guys think wins. It's a complicated fight because Francis Ngannou could just defeat defeat all skill with his power. No hate to Francis, man. I would love to see this fight. It would be so cool if Francis knocks out like Tyson Fury and then returns to the UFC and fights John Jones. Like, that would just be a massive fight. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Let me know. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did, and I'll see you guys in the next one.